Hello, this is Nick Kennedy, your gray man. And today I am actually going to give you a review of a show called Fallout, which I stumbled across. Now, nowadays, I will have to say that most movies and shows are disappointing, especially the ones where they have a boss bitch, for lack of a better description, science fiction shows. So I didn't expect much from this. Uh, Generally, I don't binge watch, but I got to tell you, this one hits on all cylinders. I was very pleasantly surprised. I watched it for 2 days. The first day, I did not want to go to bed, but I had to work the next day. So, you got to do what you got to do. This is a very unique show. It is a combination of science fiction, good science fiction, by the way, a lot of comedy, but it's not a comedy, but there's a lot of moments you will actually laugh out loud. It does have a hero or heroine, I wouldn't say it, that is a woman, but she's not a boss bitch. She is a charming, wonderful woman that is smart, gutsy, and she knows enough that when a big guy is after her to run. Now, that does not mean she doesn't win fights against them. It means that when they catch up with her and they fight her, she'll find a way to win. She's not going to pick them up and throw them across the room like you see in a lot of these bad movies or shows. It's very realistic. She'll always find a way to win. And that's what I think really makes a tough girl. Now, the cast is incredible. It's led by, let's see what her name is here. I really don't know because I've not really seen her too much before. Ella Purnell, a beautiful woman who's got a lot of charm, very young, a lot of charisma. She's got it, if you know what I'm talking about. She's also accompanied by what's his name now? Aaron Moten, I guess. I have no idea who he is, which is kind of surprising because I generally think I know most people, but he puts in a great performance. He's kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of like a stormtrooper from Star Wars that's gone good. And he goes out to protect her. He's got ulterior motives. I'm not going to give away too much here because it's too special for me to just spout out the whole plot to you. But there is another magnificent performance by Walton Goggins. If you don't know who he is, you really need to watch The Shield or Justified, because he stole both those shows, and he steals this one too, in my opinion. But essentially, it comes down to, in a nutshell, is that some big bads come in and people live in a vault for safety reasons. It's kind of it's a very interesting mix of different generations of technology and things. Anyone that actually watched Streets of Fire, it's the same kind of thing. It's like they get old and new, and they mix it together, put it together, and it actually works. Probably better here than Streets of Fire. That was by Walter Hill, which I actually do like. I think Michael Pare and Diane Lane were great in that movie. But no, this is the same kind of thing. It's like you'll see technology, but then you'll also see the Wild West. You cannot predict what's going to happen. There's a lot of questions that aren't answered in the first season, which I'm looking forward to the second season. Kyle MacLachlan plays the father of the girl who gets kidnapped, and basically the whole the series is about her trying to get her father back. And the adventures. She lives in a vault because there was a nuclear holocaust, and she's got to be brave enough to go out and venture into the world and comes across a lot of adventures. I don't want to give too much more of the plot away, other than to say that the acting's outstanding, the suspense is great, there's a lot of twists and turns. I did not predict everything. When you watch a movie or a show and you sit there and go like, oh yeah, I've seen this happen before. It kind of ruins it. No, this one will surprise you. It surprised me. And yeah, I mean, I think it's for the most part, it's okay with the family. There's a scene or two that actually now may not be suitable for the family. But yeah, no, it was truly, truly a good movie. There's a lot of darkness to it. It's got a kind of a feel of Lost, a little bit of the new Battlestar Galactica. Definitely a little of Star Wars influence, but I don't know what science fiction show does not be influenced by Star Wars nowadays. But all in all, I mean, it was a very, very pleasant surprise. And again, what's her name? She's such a cutie. Ella Purnell. I can't tell you enough about how she really pulls everything together. She's not traditionally beautiful, to be honest with you. She's really cute. They actually, for those guys out there or women, who like women, she does actually wear a tight suit. They're not afraid to show off her assets, if you know what I'm talking about. Very similar to early Scarlett Johansson. And all in all, I mean, there's some violence. Boy, I can't talk highly enough about this thing. Now, it was directed by the guy that did Westworld. Who, if you remember, the Westworld first season was outstanding. And this is really good, too. I'm hoping that the next couple of seasons aren't going to let me down. Because, like I said, I turn this on. I generally, I watch an episode here or there, and then I back off. And then maybe a week or so later, I'll go back and I'll visit it. And I was just glued to the TV for the whole time. The thing I liked about this essentially is there's no gray areas, in my opinion. I mean, it's good and bad. And that's kind of what I think science fiction should be. I don't like gray. When you watch Star Wars or Star Trek or any really great science fiction, it's divided between good and bad. If you're going to sit back and go like, well, there's really no good or bad in here. Nah, to me, for a good movie, like a John Wayne movie or Clint Eastwood, there was always good and bad. And this actually is very clearly defined, there. And it sets up a season 2 very, very well. It does answer most questions, but it also leaves a couple of hanging questions. I'm not going to tell those questions are, but I got to tell you, this thing was really, really good. And there's actually, let me mention one other person that I really want to mention here because she deserves it. But I don't know her name off the top of my head. Sarita Cloud Hoodie. Now, she was from, what was it called? Kemsur, the Indian movie in 1996. It was an Indian movie about sex. I'm sorry, Kemsur or something like that. Very beautiful woman. And she really does an outstanding job here. She plays someone who travels through the ages. And is she a villain or is she a heroine? You got to decide. But a great job from the whole cast, to be honest with you. Now, there are like 3 subplots that work together, kind of how the Pulp Fiction happened. There's like many different things happening at the same time, and they're all great stories. Now, I got to tell you, I think Netflix gave it about what, like, let me just take a look at this. Not Netflix, I mean IMDb. Gave it 8.5. That might be a little bit understating it. I would probably go more like 8.8. But it is on Freevee, so you don't have to pay for it. If you got Prime Video, that's where I watch it. I would recommend that. But yeah, no, seriously, if anyone that wants to watch a really good series, it's 8 episodes. Each one's about 50 minutes. There's something for everyone. I mean, she's a real cutie, no doubt about that. Action for men. This thing's the whole cannoli. So yeah, I'm gonna say I highly recommend this. And if you got like nothing to do tonight, you could do worse than watching Fallout. So anyway, if you like this review, please like, share, subscribe, and let me know. But this is the Gray Man signing off, and my pick for today is Fallout. And come back again and see me sometime. Thank you. Bye.